Welcome back to Session 1 of Season 2 of Tales of the Omega Astria. The party finally got off Zolkral Prime a couple sessions ago.
It only took us 18 weeks.
Yep. A hard-fought journey of months to get to this point. You guys managed to achieve level 6, as well as survive encounters with multiple members of the Sisterhood of Blood, a literal demon, and the pirate lord Tratus himself. After all of that, and the fact that you are now at your second big location in the campaign, we're going to say that the first leg of our adventure, Chapter 1, will be called Fall of the Vindicta, because it did actually get destroyed after all that time searching for it. That is now complete, and now we begin our second chapter, whatever will end up being called in the end. We're going to start today not immediately jumping into the action, but instead with a bit of a cinematic open, as I like to do from time to time. This one's going to be a little bit longer than usual, but I think it's fun and kind of sets the scene of where we're beginning. And definitely the vibe of the Starforge, if it wasn't picked up on last time. So, we fade in from black on a downtrodden elf who sits in his home on the Starforge. He looks no more than 200 years old, which is quite young for elves. A slow, melancholy score plays as he wakes up to an alarm of his clock going off in his small rustic apartment. His room, barely big enough to even hold his bed as he brushes his teeth over the same sink that he cleans dishes in. He puts on his heavy work jacket and boots and sits on his bed directly in front of the door he will step out of to start another day. We then see him as he walks down one of many bridges that expand out all over the station, connecting with various other sections and streets. He is bombarded by a large group of people passing by, all on their way to other locations on the Forge, but being very loud and obnoxious all the same, until he completes his trip to a large hangar. The sign above says Grantani. A green-skinned orc with huge muscles wearing a dirty tank top yells out to him, "Late again, Baron!" He retorts, "Well, technically, if you always expect me to be late, then I'm on time, Kankum." "Shut up, you smartass, and get your suit on," the orc says as he pushes the elf towards a storage closet where all the other worklings are headed. The young man Baron grabs a floater suit, which is typically used to spacewalk outside the Forge. They're built by the Cypher Company to last, not to be comfortable. He then heads to the airlock, ready for a long day of collecting scrap. The podcast he is listening to in his suit, Big Thoughts with Bro McHogan, keeps his mind off the repetitiveness of his actions. Large plasma saw, disconnect metal sheet, put sheet in floating bin, fill bin, bring bin back to Kenkum, 12 hours of constant physical activity, the only way he can get his dinner. As the day finishes up, Baron heads out of the Grantani hangar and back up towards the SFP handout booth where the workers of his class are provided with the credits needed to pay the bills. An ugly-looking dwarf named Traffic sits behind the stand with an evil, toothless grin on his face. "You did good work today, Baron. A 12 full of floating. That'll get you 1/4 portion." "What? Last week, Sam got a whole 100. "Last week was last week, kid. Take it, or it goes back in the pile." Baron lets out a deep sigh before grabbing his money and heading to the main elevator that will take him to the food markets. But it's not dinner Baron plans on buying. He instead travels to the Starlight Lounge cantina and buys himself a round of splaggering crate beers. This is how Baron has recently found himself getting through the long nights. The next morning, his alarm goes off once again. The musical score excitingly hits a high note before starting from the beginning, although this time it goes a bit faster. The cycle continues, and even though Baron may have had one too many drinks last night and could use a tinkle, it'll have to wait till he gets to work, so he gets up, puts on his jacket, and gets ready for another day of slop. He makes his way to the hangar and sees Kenkum getting ready to go off on him again for being late. Trying to get out ahead of it, Baron exclaims, "For what it's worth, I actually have a reason for being—" "Stop!" Kenkum interrupts. "Kentman is back in the slammer and you're getting promoted, kid." Shocked, stunned, confused, Baron says, "What? Really? I don't have to float today?" "Nope, you're on the crane. But don't mess this up, Elf. This is your big break," Kank says endearingly. "I won't mess it up, I promise, okay? Just let me use the restroom real quick and—" "No time. Head to your station and take care of that later." Baron does what he is told despite being about to piss his brains out. The music in the background gets faster and more frantic as he runs over to the main scrap crane terminal and is about to sign in when he realizes he can't hold back the flood anymore. He needs to release the dam now. He looks around both ways, tension high. A black ship just docked in section 046. If he runs quickly, he can use this as a distraction, sprinkle his dinkle out in the hangar opening, and get back to Kankum before he even notices. He rushes over to the open section and begins to relieve himself out into outer space. The stars are the only one who can see you now, Baron, he thinks to himself. But being the self-conscious elf he is, he looks back to make sure the crew that just landed is not looking his way. At that exact moment, the music cuts, because the ship this ragtag team just walked off of begins to shrink down into a small little figurine of the same spaceship. This act of magic catches Baron so off guard for a moment too long as he loses his balance over the edge of the station, gliding off into the astral vacuum in front of him. Penis out. His body goes lifeless immediately.
Yay!
Rip the penis.
All that can be heard is a violin accenting the moment. The song begins again. The cycle begins again. It's almost beautiful in a way, how his body spins forward on an axis as his frozen eyes stare into the glowing orb of the Hydros. Baron the Elf died the way he lived, floating forever. That is until another ship flies into the dock and slams into his body, severing multiple limbs and cascading his corpse into the side of the station, cementing forever that from now on, the life of Baron the Elf will only be remembered for the time Cock and Erebus high-fived immediately following his death.
We did we actually do that?
Yes, you high-fived Cock right as that guy died.
Yes.
At the end of last session.
I really appreciate that now, because he was going to end up being the Ray of this universe, but we killed him.
Yep.
Yeah.
And this is where we're going to begin the actual session. Last time, I assigned you all with a little bit of homework. I asked you to decide what you guys wanted to do while on the Forge in preparation for the next leg of your adventure. Now is the moment of truth. If you guys have any questions about the Forge, please ask. If you need any reminders of things that are going on, I can do that as well. I also have, if you're on Roll20, a very, very basic map. It's basically just a shitty drawing and then a bunch of key points of things that you can access on the Forge. Most of this stuff you guys will never interact with, but I'll just take you.
We left everyone else on the ship, correct?
No.
Or is everyone with us?
Everyone is with you, except
even
for...
the child?
Even the child, except for Maddie's dead body, which is in the cargo hold, and the gnome who you assume is Leonard Latour, who was not responding to you guys.
So, based on how you described it last time, I assume this is like Omega from Mass Effect.
Yeah, that's probably about right. And this is huge. There's 3 main discs that spin sort of like a dreidel, but they all interconnect, and there's a large elevator that leads up, but a lot of people don't like using it because it takes so long, so a lot of people will just fly shuttles throughout the station or will just walk on the bridges. But yeah, what do you guys want to do? You had a few things that you needed to get done when you got here. The crew as well have a few things, like for example, Anastasia is going to head off to the lower docking section and try to find either a job or someone that can help teach her a bit more about engineering. Doesn't mean that she's going to be an expert engineer or anything. She just wants to get a little bit more expertise on how to work with ships. Timbley Bibbs has been asking to replenish his potion making supplies. So he'll say that the all-around cost to purchase new potion equipment, I'm going to need about 700 credits. As well, I can buy extra ingredients I may want for, say, making healing potions for you all, random effect potions for Mr. Cock, as well as getting started on the actual business side of things. If we plan on staying here any longer, I might be able to establish some kind of trade with a few vendors, but that's up to you guys.
If anyone, I turn to Cock as the other person. Do you have the money to cover this business, Andrew?
I have 138 regular credit.
All right. I flip you. I guess I not everyone. Fuck. Let me do some math quickly, boys. Sorry.
All right.
I'm gonna give Devon, Reinhardt, and Cock each 1,000 credits.
Ooh.
All right.
Daniel.
Sugar Daddy comes out with the big spending.
And then I'm gonna give Anastasia and Jade each 500.
Okay, 500 for
Which one
Anastasia.
is that? Is that gold?
Yes.
Okay.
And then I say, these are some funds to help you procure the things you need before we leave.
Jade says, understood, I will use it on all the alcohol I can.
Also, try to get anything you need to help you pilot the ship, or any supplies you think the ship might need.
Got it.
Okay.
I say the same to Anastasia.
Okay.
Cock, I assume you'll be responsible for the spending needs of Drigi and Timberly Bibbs.
Yep.
So you're going to give Timberly Bibbs the 700 credits?
Yes, I will drop Timberly the 700 he needs.
Alright, he starts heading off towards where he believes the market is based on the map, and we'll get down to business. Drigi follows Jade to wherever she's going to procure alcohol.
I turn around to try to give her money. She's already gone.
Yeah, she leaves. Reinhardt, what are you doing with Cal, the child? It's very loud in this place. Once again, this is a very unresponsive baby.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, sorry. You said we had homework, and I completely forgot about it. Someone else can go.
Okay.
I have a question. This is something I've been thinking about. Is there any place, potentially maybe the Temple of the Anomaly, where I could get further knowledge on the visions that I'm having? Or how to stop them, or get at peace so that, we don't have to deal with fucking spirits coming and trying to kill me every time we go into combat somewhere?
Yeah, I mean, you could definitely go take a look at the Temple of the Anomaly. It does mention on the map that you're looking at that it is closed right now. You're not sure why.
Right.
But, there's other places to go. I don't know, is Devon aware of the visions that Cock has, and vice versa, or do you guys not talk about that sort of thing?
Everyone knows that I have died and talked to our boy.
That's true.
Yes, we know that part, but we don't know about the rest of the visions, I don't believe.
Right, you don't know about any of them.
Yeah, there is knowledge within the galaxy that most people, they view them as like fucking freaks and like weirdos, but there is some knowledge that people from the fleet have or claim to have these kind of visions. So that might be something you want to open a dialogue about with Devon, with Cock. I mean,
that makes sense.
But
Yeah, because I haven't really opened up about that that much. Even though I think when we were all fighting, I collapsed at one point, and was like, "What the fuck happened to him?"
Yeah.
I don't think any of us noticed, to be honest.
Okay, fair.
The only thing you guys
all the more
know is
reason to
that
explain it.
he was acting very weird as you were exiting the Vesta, but that's pretty much it. And you found a baby in a room that he got summoned to.
I think I just thought he was hearing the baby, and no one else
I
could.
did watch him mime getting stabbed a couple of times.
Yeah, but you held that back because, you can relate.
Who can relate?
Mime college as well.
I have 3 things I would like to do. Not all at once.
Okay.
I would like to go to the ship repair and improvement shop, but I'm not sure if that's where we just came from.
No, you came from the docking discs down below.
I would like to go there, probably with Cock, so we can look at seeing what we can buy for the ship to improve it.
Oh, by the way, pause that thought for a second. Cock, technically for one more day, you can only speak in lies. We forgot about that for the last session, but you did drink a random effect potion and can only lie for at least one more day.
Perfect.
Yeah, I just wanted to remind you. I was re-listening to the episode, so I was like, wait, we just totally forgot about that. But go ahead, Erebus.
So I would like to go to the ship repair and improvement to see what we can buy to improve the ship.
Yep.
I don't know which place it would be, but I would like to go look into getting that robotic eye or any other cybernetic improvements that might be available that might look good.
Yeah, you guess that you're probably going to have to ask around about that, because it's probably not something that would be listed on the map.
And then, this might seem out there, but I got that sleight of hand, so I might want to go to the Last Bounty Casino and double our money.
Alright, those are good options.
On 28.
Where would you like to start?
Well, I guess the casino, if anyone would like to come with me.
I'll come.
Actually,
'Cause I have
Do I
no
know-
idea what I'm gonna do.
roughly how much stuff would cost in, like, the ship area?
Give me a wisdom roll.
17, I think. No, 18.
18? Depending on what kind of thing are you thinking of buying?
Maybe that warp thing that we're missing.
Yeah.
Maybe better weapons.
That kind of stuff would be tens of thousands, of
Gotcha.
to add on to. It's very expensive equipment.
Gotcha.
But if you wanted, I don't know, like like the translator that you were talking about last time, that would be, a couple hundred credits.
Yes. Well, I'm gonna go gamble my money. So, anyone's free to join me if they would like to.
I'll join you. I got nothing to do.
Also, maybe if we need money, I would like to go check out the Thieves Code sponsored bounty board.
Okay. Which one do
I'll
you want to do first? Casino?
Casino, because that is up, and then I'll go down.
Okay. Cock and Devon, what are you guys doing?
Let's have a little fun. Before anything else, I'm going to go up to Cock and I'm going to say, "Hey, I know you've talked a bit about some visions and the fucked up things that have gone along with that. Let's say we, because I haven't really let this on much, but I've been suffering from a similar ailment. So let's say we find a solution to our problems on this here ship."
I have no ailments.
Oh, okay. And then I just run away crying.
Oh yeah, he's fucking lying.
Yeah.
Devon will never trust Cock again.
He runs away and I head off to the market because I have a ton of shit I have to sell.
I'm trying to think if there's anywhere else I should run to before I just go check out the Temple of the Anomaly. Yeah, let's check it out. Let's see what's there.
Okay. And I have a question. Where are you on your person? Where do you have, or maybe you left it on the ship, but where do you have the bird Twinkle that Dragoon gave you?
Twinkle kind of, when I'm on the ship, I leave it in the cage, but when we go leave the ship, I kind of just have it perched right on the top of my head, and it just it sees what I see. Essentially.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I like that. All right. And then, so you're going to the temple, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you'll have to tell me. Well, we'll get to it when we get to it. Cock. What do you do?
I summoned my turtle again, and I am heading off to the market to sell all the stuff I ripped out of my room.
Okay, so you'll just head with Timbly Bibs then.
Yeah.
Okay. You summon a giant turtle. Okay, a few things. We are gonna start with Cock and Timbly Bibs. You are heading towards the market. You're walking past. Last time I mentioned that there was a large holographic image of a woman being projected in the area, the main and sort of focal area of the middle disc. There are tons of people in this area that are sitting at shops, restaurants, or just out in the main section of the station who are just sitting and listening to the news. The woman herself is dressed in like a nice suit. You think maybe she's an elf, although it's weirdly hard to tell. And she looks to be reading off some sort of teleprompter that's constantly updating her with all the news that is being reported on throughout the galaxy. So you can hear her say, "The attacks on the Grey Forge have been met with equal charge, as ships from the Ring Fleet have brought aid to the people. However, the story of combat has become sparse, as the unknown enemy appears to be using jamming technology. Elfir leader Van Ropanelor has invited other representatives of the Ring to discuss further action. However, there is hesitation from the original True Prophet fighters. There is fear among that core of planets that the former conglomerate of the Corrupt Legion is behind these attacks, and that this is all part of reigniting the 100-year war in order to finally regain control of the Omega Astria. The network have reached out to the leadership of both Megru and Genlaris, but have not been able to break through the jamming technology. We will update you as more information comes in." It's just like playing out. It's almost impossible not to hear it as you're walking through the streets. Timley Bibbs definitely pays attention to it. But yeah, you continue traveling through. Eventually you get to the market. It's a little bit different than the one on Zolkro Prime. There's not like stands as much as there are just like straight up small little buildings set up with what seems like templates. So there will be like an LED sign on it, but like some of the buildings aren't filled. So there's like a section that says like pay a certain amount of money to run this area. You assume someone probably owns this area and they rent it out to people to set up shops here. So what exactly are you looking for in the market?
So I gotta sell essentially various furniture and my chainmail that I've been holding.
Well, there's a few shops you see. You see a general store. There's just like a picture of an apple on it. There's a potion shop, which has, a pink potion bottle. Mundane Arcana, which seems to be, selling basics. You see a shop called The Jeweler with a necklace symbol. A barber shop with a haircut or scissors. And then you see you're looking around and your jaw drops for a moment. So does Timbley's, both in unison to the floor, as you see a sign that says magic items with a K, and there's the face of Roderick Jeck on the sign just smiling away. Where would you like to go?
Drag my jaw over to the magic store.
Okay, as you're walking over, give me a perception roll.
That is 7.
Okay, you're walking over towards Roderick's shop. It's sort of a stone pathway in this section of the station. They've tried to make it look more like an actual market in like a village. As you're moving past, you can see Timbley sort of moves away from you towards the potion shop and just sort of mentions like, I'm going to see if I can get my supplies. As you're walking in that direction, and as you're moving by, you head past these two buildings that are set up as shops, and around the corner of one, you see this really ugly looking halfling. He's got 3 eyes on his head, and he's like slobbering from his mouth, and he's like moving. He's trying to move towards your direction, but you can see his arm attached. There's a chain around one of his arms, and it's attached to the building, and the chain won't let him move forward. And you can just see behind him, there's like this large fence set up, and there's just a bunch of like normal animals in there, like cows, sheeps, pigs, and stuff. You're not sure why. But then you head over to Roderick's shop. As you approach the shop, the door opens up automatically, and you can step inside.
Hello.
Oh, I recognize you. Hello, friend. You're the one that bought the boom ship, yes?
Aye.
How has it been?
fantastic. I've already crushed a couple of people.
Oh, good, good. That's very fun. Hopefully, no one important. He winks at you.
Probably not. There was a dude on the inside. That was really weird.
A dude on the inside? What do you mean?
He was in a cage, mumbling weird things. Not that part's not really weird. But yeah, he wasn't. Splattered all over the walls when we opened it up.
Oh, where on the ship was he?
Cargo bay.
All right, time for
None of the cargo was splattered all over the wall.
Oh, I have no idea what you're talking about. I rolled a natural 1 on intelligence.
Fantastic.
But I'm glad to hear that everyone besides the people you crushed are fine. Anyway,
Fantastic.
what can I do for you, my friend? You're one of my favorite customers.
Well, I'd like to peruse. Also, if you're only interested in magic, right?
Yes, high-powered magical items. I sell and buy all day long. It's all I do. Don't question it.
Oh, okay.
And don't question how I got here. He coughs something up on the fucking desk that he stood up on, and there's a small little blue ruby. Oh! And he kicks it down on the floor away from you.
Okay.
Don't look at that!
Do you have any... I'm sorry. I cover my eyes. Do you have anything new that... Since the last time I talked to you?
Yes, I have. Oh, I just got a whole new stock.
He also has a mirror.
Yes, I have a very nice mirror, if you'd like.
Where did you get that from?
I got it for a kiss. He pulls out a piece of paper out of his back pocket. It's way too big to have been in his back pocket. Okay, let's take a look here. I just got a couple of gauntlets of ogre power. Those are quite nice. Gloves of thievery. Nah, that's boring. Scale armor of resistance. No. Scimitar of life stealing. That's a cool one. Or we have wings of flying. There's a few other things, but I don't think you'd like them. They're all gadgetry and stuff of that nature. Boring. You like the more practical things. I know you, my friend.
Yes, sir. What was the item of life stealing?
Oh, the scimitar.
Scimitar.
Yes, sorry, I may have pronounced it with a strange accent before. Sometimes I do that.
What precisely is the life stealing aspect? Because usually when I stab people, yeah.
Yeah?
Yes.
Yes. Well,
Absolutely.
well, how do I describe this in a way that doesn't completely... okay, so essentially, when you attack a creature with this weapon, if you roll a 20 on the attack roll, the target takes an extra 10 necrotic damage.
Oh.
If it isn't a construct or an undead, you also gain 10 temporary hit points.
Very nice.
And you know, it's just fun.
Yeah, of course.
And it's also pretty cheap compared to my other items.
Yes.
Which is rare for me. I usually try to rob people as much as possible. But I like you. You keep coming back, even when you don't buy things. It's very nice.
Yes. You're interesting to talk to.
Oh, thank you. Oh, I also have... This is very basic, but I've been trying to get rid of these for a while now. I actually pulled them off a dead body. 2 potions of supreme healing.
Ooh.
Yes.
Alright, so... For the scimitar, the wings, and the potions, what would the prices be on?
Individually or altogether?
Let's start with altogether, because I'm interested in all.
Altogether, I will... Oh, I like you quite a bit. Give me a persuasion roll. Sounds like he's trying to persuade you.
I like you quite a bit. Oh, thank you. 24.
24. Oh, for you. Typically, altogether, it'd be about 8,600 gold or something like that. But for you, I'll go down to 7,000. The wings are the most expensive item, as they allow you to fly.
makes sense. Yes.
I don't know why they added of flying to the item. I feel like that's... Why would you buy wings if not to fly?
I saw wings of falling once. They were very effective in what.
Oh, well, if you find them again, let me know. I might buy those off you.
They could have been Icarus's rings. Not meant to fly, but to glide and get too close to the sun and they melt.
All right, I will be in touch as I need to sell things.
Oh, of course.
Of course,
Any magic items you'd like me to buy? Ooh.
Not right now.
Oh.
Later. Yes, I gotta find the magic first.
Yes, it has not been that long since we last spoke. That is fair.
I have this magic furniture outside on my turtle.
How did you get here, by the way?
Well, I used the boom ship.
Right.
I then flew over here.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense.
Bye.
Bye. The door slutch. Yeah, as you step outside, you can see the owner of the potion shop, who's a female human. Her and Timbly Bibbs have stepped outside, and they're looking at some stock behind the shop.
Ooh. I'm gonna head to the general store.
All right, you head over to the general store.
On my way over, my tortoise pokes his head through the door of the barber shop, and I have to like pull it back up.
Yeah, the barber is like, oh, bloody hell. You can see a dwarf inside there. And yeah, as you're walking past, once again, this ugly, fucking really ugly halfling with 3 eyes, just like, and he like reaches out towards you, and then you can see this chain on his arm tugs him back towards the ground. As you head over to the general store, inside, you can see there's 2 long shelves that stretch out on either side of the shop. There's no like counter in here. You just see a there's 2 gnomes, just like fair-skinned gnomes, who are stocking shelves with items, and it's like a long shop, so it's like it's like a small supermarket. And at the end, counting something in a book, you see what is actually a satyr, or satyr, that typically come from Vegarok. And she, is reading some sort of book, looking at an item, looking at its code, and then writing something down.
Good evening.
Oh!
Yeah.
Hello! How can I help you? What are you looking for?
Do you purchase items?
Oh, depending on what it is, yes. I have an interest in certain items.
I have a ton of furniture.
Oh, interesting. What kind of furniture?
It belonged to the captain of a ship, so it is very, very high quality indeed.
May I see it? I mean, I think I might see it strapped to your back.
It's strapped to my tortoise's back. He can't fit through the door.
Oh, is that not you? Sorry, I couldn't tell which one was talking
Sorry.
to me. No, just kidding. That's racist.
The one outside's mouth. Yes. He's standing outside. If you would like to appraise them, you are more than welcome to.
And remind me,
Also, if you'd like to
where did this furniture come from?
The captain's quarters, I ripped pretty much everything out of it, except for,
Gotcha.
I presume it's like the map table.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Give me a persuasion roll.
Get all my good rolls out of the way early. Natural 20 is a 26.
Wow, this is quite fine quality. Why are you wanting to sell this?
As I am not a member of the Anomaly, I really love all of this and do not use any other furniture that they would use.
Right. Sure, I'll buy all of it. How about 3,000 credits for the lot of it?
I didn't need to give you 1,000 credits. Give that shit back.
I start saying that sounds terrible, and then I stop myself and slam my head on my tortoise to get it. And then I just nod yes.
Oh, are you all right, sir?
It's just threats, you know.
Oh, right. Well, Grayley doesn't pry. Yes, I'll get my gnomes to help take some of this off. Let me get you your money. She walks back inside. Gnomes! To attention! They both immediately turn and salute. All right, we've got some furniture that we need moved into the store. Do this now. She snaps both her fingers. They start heading off in that direction. The turtle doesn't like the look of these gnomes, but if you give him a look, he'll just keep his head down and let them do their thing. How are they attached to the turtle? Are they like tied up with rope?
Yep.
Okay, so they start cutting at the rope with knives. All right, so she heads back into a back room, and you can hear a noise as she just starts putting a bunch of credits into a small silver box.
3 bucks.
Where did this furniture come from? I hope they're not stolen. She just sort of says blatantly.
Not on my ship and not in my room. I give her a big smile.
She puts her head up. What? That's so vague. That could be anything. You could have stolen it from a shop next door and I wouldn't even know. I like this adventurous style. Okay, here you go. She hands out the box to you.
I take the box.
Now please, I don't want to be rude, but you smell quite bad, and your turtle is fucking atrocious. Goodbye now.
I love you.
You run away.
I run away. I run down the street.
The lie thing is the greatest. All right, is there anything else you want to do in the market?
I want to sell my chainmail, but other than that, that's it.
Okay. You might actually be able to just sell it to Grayley at the general store if you want to.
I shove my hand back in and shake it.
Are you wearing the chainmail?
No, I'm not. I haven't worn it this whole time.
Okay, so it's just like in your backpack.
Yeah.
Unless you want to bargain with her, she'll give you 75 gold for that. 75
I throw it on the
coins.
ground, give her a thumbs up, and then just keep my hand out through the door.
All right, she chucks some more coins into your hand, and that's where we will pause with Cock for now. Up next, let's go with... I love that we split up immediately. Okay, I want to do this next, because I think it'll be real fun. We're going to go to Reinhardt and Erebus. Okay, so Erebus and Reinhardt, you guys were headed to the casino. So you travel down a long passageway. The section you're in is a bit like the long halls that you walk through at the airport to get to your gate. As you look up, you notice a glass ceiling above you that reveals the astral ocean above. There is a strange blue tint on the glass that likely comes from the Hydros. But other than that, you see a beautiful scene of stars moving, colliding with one another, swirling series of ships that travel to and fro, and the occasional mechanic who just goes out to fix minor problems on the station. Around you, you see a family of elves that seem to be showing their 4 children a poster advertising a stay at the Zulkrum Zoo on Vegarok. Around the corner, you see a large-bellied Furbolg man who walks out of a shop. He wears an orange construction-type coat and is equipped with a large mechanical arm that he is using to pick up litter that has been left out on the station. Coming up from behind you, you see 2 tiefling women pushing each other back and forth, and you hear one of them say, "If I beat you in an arm wrestle, the drinks are on you, Sheba." "Deal," you hear the other one say before they run off towards the casino you guys are headed to. You make your way. You can see in the area that you guys are in, you can see a large building north of you that seemingly once held speeder races, because you can see like posters from racers and their themed sort of styles and their speeders. that have just been, they're like super dirty now. Clearly that place hasn't been opened in a long time. You can see a couple of hotels nearby that some look nicer than others. You can see the Jade Resort that has a theme of kind of similar to like the homes in Hobbiton, but and then you can see a outpost that is run by the SFP, which is the Starforge Protectors, who both of you can give me history checks. Let's see if you know anything about them.
10.
10. Okay.
24.
24. Okay.
Natural 20.
You would both know that they're sort of the unofficial protectors of the Starforge. Reinhardt would know that when these forges originally were built and set up, there were ring fleet officers that were assigned to each station, but this one in particular has been more overrun by the people and has been you would even know that there has been a lot of control from gangs on this particular station. So the old ring fleet officers still are around, but they actually work for the SFP, who are a group of original citizens of the forges that have taken control and try to fight back against the gang power on the ship, or even in some cases work with them to quote-unquote protect people. But that's what you know. You head inside the last Bounty Casino. It's kind of a ruckus joint, to say the least, as there's clearly multiple sort of gatherings of large groups in here. They're talking quite loud. You see a couple of different games being run, and at the front there is a orc in a very beautiful sort of satin tuxedo who is speaking to some of the patrons of the casino. But yeah, there's like tables and stuff.
I guess I walk in and would like to start playing some games.
You
Whichever
sit down
one
at the
I would
nearest
have.
table.
Yep, I'm gonna be using my sleight of hand to try to.
Cheat.
Yeah, I guess.
All right, you sit down. There's a table of like a bunch of dwarves and one elf. All the dwarves are women, and the elf is a man. And clearly, at this table, the dwarves have been trying to sort of like fake flirt with him into getting him drunk and taking all of his money.
I say, "What's up, ladies?" Using my belt of dwarven kind to get advantage on the roll.
All right, persuasion roll.
I get to roll twice. Let's do this, boys.
They love your lines.
25.
All right, you walk in, you sit down. What's up, ladies? They all, oh, who's this mysterious man? The elf looks towards you like, hey, you're stealing my shine, buddy.
I just look back at him and I guess bare my teeth like a cat would when he's like facing a inferior person.
They all gasp. Yeah, you can see the cards down at the table. It looks like they're playing some sort of version of Hold'em. If you want to play as well.
Texas Hold'em.
Put 1,000 credits down.
Yeah, so this is Rogue Town Hold'em.
Are we actually going to like play, or is this just like roll?
In the role play, obviously it's cards. But to represent the cards, we're going to use a d6 for each card.
I'm proficient in cards.
All right, dope. First, we have to decide how much you want to bet.
Do I risk it for the biscuit, guys?
The house always wins. Be careful.
5K. Let's do it. 5K.
5K. All right, the dwarves are like, oh, that's a bit rich. My goodness. The elf puts 5K down. Almost trying to one-up you. Okay, so
Do the dwarves bet at all?
are dealt to each player. It doesn't appear like they're betting right now. That's a lot of money you just put down. All right, roll 3d6. William.
Do I get to roll each one twice because I'm proficient?
A player with proficiency in playing cards can add their proficiency bonus to any ability check and to their passive perception if they are not otherwise proficient in that skill.
The best way to cheat at the casino is counting cards.
No, this is just rolling three. This is just rolling to see what cards you have.
I love Texas Hold'em. Like, if I went to a casino, that is what I would play.
What is my proficiency?
I'm not good at it. But...
Okay, the 3 cards you have, or the 3 cards you have, now it's a game of bluffing.
What? That's
Gotcha.
great.
Wait, 3 cards?
Yeah.
Should only have 2 that each player gets, and then there's like 5 universal cards that everybody else like.
Yeah,
adds
like I
on to
said,
the 2
this
cards.
is
Not the
this.
same as Texas.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, my bad.
A player's hand consists of 3 cards, 3d6. The hierarchy of winning hands is as follows. Well, 3 of a kind, if you have 3 of the same number. A straight, if you have, a series in the right order, 4, 5, 6, for example. I should have read this beforehand, but like I said, I did not expect any of you to be like, we're here looking for people to purchase for our ship. Let's go to the fucking casino.
Also, to be completely honest, I thought this would be like roll a d20. Whoever gets the higher roll wins.
No, I want to do a bit more roleplay than that.
Could I look at the elf with my passive perception to see if I think he's happy with his hand or not?
You think that he's not that confident.
It's because I'm proficient. I got to add my proficiency bonus to my passive perception, so it's actually a 20.
Yeah, he's not that confident.
Okay. I'll put down another 2,000.
He looks at you. He's gonna roll me a deception roll.
9.
Let's see. All right, he puts down 2,000 as well.
But I also get to cheat at this, right? Oh. I get advantage, right? Or something, because I'm proficient in abilities.
If a player decides to cheat at any point during the game, they can roll a dexterity sleight of hand check to attempt to re-roll a die or turn one of their dice onto a face of their choosing.
No, I would like to try that, but also because I'm proficient in playing card set, I get to add something to the deception roll.
A player with proficiency in playing cards can add their proficiency bonus to any ability check.
Oh. So I don't actually get to add anything.
Dexterity is an ability check.
Yeah, but the deception check, because I'm already proficient in deception, I don't get to re-add my proficiency for being proficient in playing cards.
Sure.
Yes, I would like to cheat to try to roll my dice over to something of my choosing.
Okay, you can cheat in this way once in each of the betting stages of each round.
So I have to roll a sleight of hand, right? 29.
Okay, you can turn one of the dice onto a face of your choosing.
Alright. I put the 2,000 down, deceive him, I guess, by failing, and he puts his in. Let's see if I can milk him for some more. I'll put in another 1,000.
Okay, he folds.
He folds. So I get all of his money?
You get the 2,000, right?
We did 5,000 first and then 2,000.
Yeah, but that's the main pot, right?
No. Okay, so what do I... So I got the 2,000 that he bet extra on.
Yeah, he tried to bluff you, and you succeeded in bluffing.
But both of our 5,000 stay in until we're done. So I've made 2,000 gold, essentially, right now. Put 2,000 in.
Okay, he folds.
Uh-huh.
Roll 6 more, 3, 6. Okay, now that we kind of know what we're doing, this is a little bit better.
I put 1,000 in.
He folds.
God dang it! Put 1,000 in.
He puts 2,000 in.
I match him, but also roll for deception.
Okay.
21. What does that allow me to do? Not deception, I meant sleight of hand.
Oh. Okay, so technically... No, technically, you... Okay, so you got... This is a... I'm trying to describe this without giving everything away. You equaled his passive perception. So you do not get caught in cheating, but you do not successfully cheat.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And I will not raise the extra 500, and we'll stay at 2,000, so I won't gain nor lose anything at this point.
Okay. Okay, so are you folding?
I'm not folding. I'm just not raising him. I'm just matching him. So I guess I call.
Okay, he will raise 2,000.
I would like to passive perception him for 20 to see if I think he is bluffing or not.
Okay. He feels relatively confident. Not like, oh, I'm gonna win, or I've got this guy, or something like that. It just feels like, oh,
I
I've got
will
a good hand.
fold.
Okay, so what was that,
I have
1,000?
net 0. To be fair,
This game sucks. This game makes no sense.
I don't even know what happened.
I guess.
Yeah,
I've
Reinhardt
made
is just staring from behind. He's not doing anything.
I guess I've made 1,000 net so far. He gets 1,000 of his 2,000 back, and then we roll again.
Yep.
Put 1,000 in.
Alright, he raises it 2,000.
Passive perception. How confident is he?
Pretty confident.
I would like to do the sleight of hand.
Alright.
Nat 20.
God damn. Alright.
I assume I get to rotate.
Yep.
I match him at 2,000 and raise another 1,000.
He will raise 3,000.
I'll match him. So that's 5. Yeah, I think I have that. I don't think I can go much higher than this, cash wise. Because there's 5,000 in the pot. I had about 4,000 left over. I earned 1,000 from him, so that's the max amount of money I can put in. The 5,000.
He looks concerned. The dwarves are all like, ooh, who's gonna win? He will raise 5,000.
I cannot match that, so I guess call.
Okay. You guys reveal your cards.
666.
Oh, he sees that. His eyes go wide. Oh, fuck.
Bros on demon time.
He puts his cards down. 616. So that is 10,000 for you, I think.
Well, yeah, the 5,000 I put in, the 10,000 he put in.
Yeah, that's 10,000. And that's the whole pot. The elf gets up angrily and walks away.
I got 17,000 credits, guys. I turned to Reinhardt. I'm like,
Guys, I'm ready.
I turned to the ladies. I'm like, it was nice playing with you, and it was nice being around such lovely ladies.
Ooh.
And I'll roll for persuasion with advantage.
He's gonna bend these
27.
dwarves.
27.
Ooh, where are you going later tonight?
Hey, yo.
Wherever my luck takes me. Blow them a kiss, and I get up and walk out of the casino.
Ooh, one of them faints.
I follow.
The dealer's punching the table because he didn't get tips.
Reinhardt's.
Oh no!
Erebus's pet, Reinhardt falls.
I guess I leave the dealer 10 gold pieces.
All right.
Dealer nuts on the spot.
Okay. Anything else you guys want to do? Reinhardt, is there anything you want to do?
No, I'm not. I'm so confused. He doesn't know much about gambling, so he was not following very well.
Oh.
To be fair, neither was the DM, so.
I love that though. You were like 616. I got this, and I'm like 666. Boy, damn demon numbers. That 20 came in helpful. I guess now I would like to start looking around, talking to people, trying to figure out about a cybernetics clinic, and then we can move over to Nick while my character does that in the background.
Okay. Before we move over to Nick, Erebus, as you stand up and you start thinking about going over and looking for this, you hear a beep and a buzz come from your thieves' code device.
I look at it like I pull it out like it's a phone. These things are pretty like non-standoutish because we won't be able to look at them in daylight.
Yeah.
So I look at it.
You have one new message from Troy.
I read it.
Okay. Do you want to go sit somewhere or?
Yeah, I need to actually get my notebook and a pen.
Okay.
One moment.
Yeah, Reinhardt, you can see him check his device. Are you still holding the baby, by the way, as you're in the casino?
Yeah. Both me and the baby are watching that game, him gambling, just so confused.
Yeah, there was multiple times throughout the game where you both just looked at each other and then looked back towards the game. I love that you guys just accepted that there's a baby that just, like, never cries, never does anything. You just guys are like, yeah, fucking vibes, dude. Let's go.
Lay it on me.
The baby's a real one.
Okay. You open up the message. You go sit somewhere seedy in the casino. It says, "Hello, Crow. I received your last message. You need to take that information to the leaders of the ring. Not much I can do with it. Now update with your family. I've had one of my agents secretly tell your mother and your sister Anso they are fine, or at least as fine as they are expected to be. They seem to be going about their normal lives as well as they can in the aftermath of Greg's disappearance. I also do not believe your mother was aware that Greg had discovered you're still alive. In this time, I have also been trying to backtrack your father's steps of searching for you. I hoped maybe he had left the planet in order to look elsewhere, however the tracks go cold on Vegorok soil. Your last hope is finding your sister, Isis. I mentioned that she was helping your father in this task. You need to get to her before whoever is behind all this does. Oh, and one more thing. This is the last message I can send to you, old friend. I know we have history, that we've worked together for years, but the leadership here has already sent 2 random inspections to my unit since we began communicating again. I cannot risk being caught. And the reality is, you left. You made that choice to be free from all this, but I'm still in it. I'm still stuck. I pray the streets of Vegorok are kind to you when you make your return, but that is all I can do for you now. Stay vigilant, stay strong, stay in the shadows. Gold Nest out.
Does he mention where to start looking for ISIS?
No.
Did any of our previous communications, which I have like a... They're saved, obviously, mention?
Well, you assume Vegorok. He mentions coming back to Vegorok. But yeah, you're not sure.
In that maze, the demon mentioned.
Perhaps. Alright, and with that, now we will head over to Devon.
I sent him... I just sent him... I guess that it's the last time he'll communicate with me, but I just sent him a message. No, I guess I don't. I just leave it there because I don't want to risk him, because we're... Despite the tension this is creating for him, he is, I guess, the one of the closest people to me besides Reinhardt, because
who's just physically close to you at all times.
We've formed a bond as fellow operatives, I guess.
All right, sounds good. Okay, Devon, you are heading towards the Temple of the Anomaly. Do you want to take the main elevator, or do you want to head up one of the gangplanks? Either way, I mean, the gangplanks seem like they take longer, but that the wait for that elevator is going to be maybe a few hours.
Let's take the gangplanks. I need to get some cardio in.
Okay. Yeah, it's quite an exciting place to be. There's a lot of people, sort of almost a bigger version of Knox Hollow in a way, because there's a lot of races of different people here, but a lot more loving area. You don't feel as outcasted here as you did in Knox Hollow, as you can see various orcs running around doing their jobs. You can see orc families occasionally, which is nice to see. You don't see a whole lot of that unless it's on Megru.
That's here. Good. Oh, sorry. That was all I had to say.
In all of the excitement that is going around you, give me a perception check as you head up you're heading up like a staircase at this point.
Hell yeah. Perception check. Let's see. Ooh, that's a 19.
19, nice. Okay. You're looking up, just sort of just looking around as you're going, it's quite beautiful, the area you're in. There's a fake garden sort of about 20 feet below you that someone has set up with artificial grass and stuff, but you can see a few kids playing there and like some sort of priest praying. As you head up these stairs, above you, you look up. You can see there are 3 figures standing on the edge of one of the many bridges that people are also walking on, about 10 feet-ish above you. You see 2 heavily armored humans. They don't have masks on, but they have similar attire to the people that you've seen as you've worked with the Ring Fleet. One is wearing like a golden Ring Fleet attire, which suggests that he's probably high rank. He also has a full, thick brown beard, as he's just like this, basic white bitch. Then there's a female who's a bit younger, maybe 25, 27. She has darker skin, and she wears blue armor, and in her hand lies a pistol. Although it looks like she's sort of going in between having the pistol in her hand and putting it back in the holster on her side. The third figure...
Does it look like they're looking for someone, or are they just, posted up and...
So yeah, they're sort of looking back and forth, and then occasionally they look towards what appears to be the third figure, which is a black-cloaked Githyanki, who are the really, they have those tendrils on the mouths. He has a similar cape to the other ones. They have these purple capes that have a black X on the back. You're not sure what that stands for. But the Githyanki stands at a terminal, and he's click-clacking away, not paying attention, as these other 2 people are looking around. And the reason they stand out to you is as you're heading up these stairs, and you look up and you notice them, the second you sort of look at them, the male human makes eye contact with you, and then just unnervingly starts watching you as you walk up these stairs.
Okay, well, I'll look away, walk with intent, and it's kind of mind my own business.
Okay, you mind your own business, you keep walking. You move past them to eventually you're above them now, walking up these stairs, and you can't help but just notice from time to time that this guy's still looking at you, and then eventually, as you get past, he no longer does. As you move up through the city streets towards the upper disc, you can see a whole bunch of things. One thing that you notice that's really interesting is there's a floating orb, like a metal golden orb that keeps zooming around from place to place. And if you stop to ask anyone, they just let you know that there are pixies who live on board the Starforge, and they use these small little orbs as their own spaceships to get from place to place. You also hear there are people talking about the station police have begun doing routine searches of the upper floor, looking for the gang's black market that they've set up, where they sell, cybernetics, they sell weaponry that you otherwise couldn't buy other places, they sell black magic items, things of that nature, obviously drugs, hard stuff. Yes, and as you're heading in the direction towards the temple, you finally made it to the disc that you wanted to get to. This place is a bit more scattered, there's not as many people bunched up. You think that the people up here probably are more gang related. But you see someone who you do not expect to see. There is a Triton who is shirtless and has curly bleached blonde hair, and he has a large boombox over his shoulder, and you can just hear him yelling out. It sounds like he's rapping or something, as a bunch of people have sort of started watching, and he's got a sign that says we'll rap for food.
Is he any good?
Yeah, so you walk over to listen in, and you can hear him spitting some sick flames. He says, "Hey, what's up? My name is Samson. I bet you like the shoes I standed. Maybe give some credits, cause I've been abandoned. My crew left me stranded in this great expansion of space." And then everyone's like, "Ooh." He's like, I'm not done. I'm trying to pay my bills with the words I write. I cannot use a blaster. I'm useless in a fight. That's probably why my last captain lost his mind. I rapped at the enemies and they left my ass behind. And everyone's like, oh, that's kind of sad. Ugh. My stories are very sad, but no need to cry. I could use a couple credits. That'll feed me tonight. Please, I'm hungry. And everyone's like, oh, yeah, very good, very good. And they start dropping credits in his, near his sign.
An opportunity, like, after he finishes his rhymes, does like the area clear up a little bit and he takes a break, or does he just go straight back into rapping again?
Yeah, it does clear up a little bit, and he places a boombox, and it's just playing like a default hip-hop beat as he starts counting the credits he just got.
I'll walk up to him and say, hey, you certainly know how to string a few verses together. That was it was impressive, but also, like people said in the crowd, a little sad.
Huh. Thanks, man. Appreciate it, bruh.
So, tell me about the context of your lyrics. What is it that got you to this point? Or perhaps maybe we could discuss this over some food.
Oh, I would appreciate that, man. Yeah, I was kind of a bit of a bard on board one of these ships here, and my captain was like, whoa, you mean you don't know how to fight anything? I was like, hell nah, but I can fight with my words. So I started spitting sick wiggity flows at the enemies, and I got shot a few times, and when we came back to the forge, they dumped my ass here. Something about some undead people were fucking going crazy on board this ship. Apparently, there's a whole thing about it, like Captain Bonetooth or something. I didn't realize we were going to be doing all that. I thought I was just there to spit some flows.
Interesting.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
what made you...
For shizzle.
Sizzle, for real, on God.
100.
What was your role on your ship before you were...
Well, you feel me. For sure. Well, we were going on a very important mission of fighting these big bads and all that stuff, and they needed someone to keep morale in order. Turns out I did the absolute opposite and actually pissed everyone off a bunch because all I know how to do is rap. They thought that maybe I'd tell some jokes or something, but I'm not funny in the slightest. I actually get very scared around bad guys. So when I was spitting my heart out, I was doing that from the real, and they didn't appreciate it at all. That's why I'm here. That's why I've been stranded on this forge, and I'm trying to find my way back to my home.
Your home?
Yeah.
Where is your home?
Well, I come from obviously Tidronus, the water planet, but I haven't been able to get back. It's hard to get hired when all you know how to do is speak from the soul.
You tell me your name, good.
I'm Samson, the Rappin' Triton Bard.
Triton Bard.
Yes.
I am Devon.
Hell yeah. That's a great
my
name.
hand.
He shakes your hand. It's weirdly wet.
I like try to not do it super rudely, but like I kind of like brush my hand on my the side. I try to be creative.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
So if your role on the ship was only to provide morale, what would you say has been kind of a mental block for you in terms of perhaps joining the front lines or whatnot? What would you say?
Well, it's really weird, right? Because there's no war going on, so I kind of grew up in a time where people were stopping learning how to do all the fighting and stuff, and I found myself in a situation where I don't want to do that stuff. I want to be an artist. I want to speak the real and have people listen to my words and understand what I'm saying, but it's just hard because everyone's so angry all the time. It's good to come here and speak my mind and have people listen and clap for me, but ultimately I want to do more. I want to feel fulfilled with life. I want to see the beauty of it all. I want to see the galaxy, man.
Fair is fair. I think you definitely do have a good regimen of skill when it comes to a rapping of the rhymes.
Thank you.
However, I do have to say that to travel the universe. I don't laugh. I was just laughing at what Andy said. Is to expand the universe. Sometimes you need to push yourself outside of your comfort zone and do things that are a little less difficult and try new things. And think to perhaps return to Titanus, or Tibranus, excuse me, or travel to wherever you want. You might need to expand your horizons because you have talent in your field, but there could be plenty of other things that you could have extreme talent in that you haven't even realized yet.
Wow. Roll a persuasion roll.
Persuasion. Aha! 22.
Damn. I was about to get on you for sounding like my dad, but you might be right, buddy. Quite frankly, the truth is I'm scared. The whole world around me, everything keeps changing, and people are getting, with all this stuff going on, the Grey Forge. I don't know what I can do to help people. I just feel like I need to speak my mind.
Speak your mind, of course. Have you thought of other ways other than, you are talented in your current field, but have you thought of other ways to speak your mind, perhaps through journalism or another field similar to that involving communication? I think there's a lot you could do with your talents.
Maybe. I'd have to get back to my homeworld and maybe take up a few classes on that, but I don't know. I feel like if I could just get back on a ship and I could tell people the real, maybe that's the way for me,
Right, but you need to think of the perspective, and perhaps I might be sounding like your father again, but you need to think of the perspective of the people on your ship. If you're part of a ship, you're part of a crew, and for every part of that crew, they need to have a function. And morale is a very important part, but morale can only go so far. There are certain things when you are part of a crew and part of a ship that, especially if you want to expand and explore the universe, then you must be seen as someone you can rely on, that has a talent, that not a talent, excuse me, that has a multi-variety of talents, and that can be put into multiple different situations, many of which are difficult, especially when you're traveling the universe. That's easier said than done, and once again, that's pushing yourself outside of your comfort zone, and that's never easy, but you have to think of not just what you want, but also what your crew members would want too.
That's fair. And you make a good point. Maybe that's why they threw me off in the first place.
And perhaps they didn't do a good job of communicating that, but I was neither there to see that, nor can I speak for them, but I know that there are lots of things in this universe where working as a team, there's always going to be different parts that different people are going to have to excel in. And once again, you have communication down to a T. You can say your mind, you can communicate, but you have to think of how and why the importance of what you're saying and how it holds and how it impacts the people that you are surrounded with.
Maybe if I open my horizons a little bit, I can get my old gig back, but in a more expanded way. I hear that my old Captain Wolfram is actually looking for someone to protect him in a meeting soon, so maybe I can use my words to protect in a way that someone else couldn't with a gun.
Yes, that's a good point, a very good point, and I think that in your talent, selling yourself should be one of your greatest talents, is communication and presenting yourself and your need and your importance for the crew. Perhaps you could go talk with your former captain and he would be able to see a change of heart. But remember, you have to keep progressing, not only just in your own way. You have talent, but there are plenty of other things on the horizon that you could be just as talented at, if not more.
Wow. Thanks, stranger. I appreciate that. You said your name was Devon, right?
Yep, Devon Ross.
Well, Devon, maybe we'll see each other again someday. Hopefully. Thanks again.
No problem, and sorry for missing out on the food, and I give him 10 credits for the road.
Thank you so much. And he starts picking up all of his stuff. I'll try to go get my job back and get my life in order.
Take care, man. Do what's best for you, but also think of the people that surround you.
And yeah, he runs off.
When he's 40 feet away, you stab him with your magical.
Drag, I'm like, I want those
Fucking
10 credits
loser. Those raps were shit.
And I guess, inspired, good conversation, I continue on to the temple.
Alright, you head to the temple.
I was going to recruit that guy, but then I heard, like, yeah, I can only communicate, and I was kind of sitting there like...
He's gonna die.
I'm looking at the roles we need, and I'm like,
The last captain may have had a point. Alright, so you head to the temple. Alright, so there is a courtyard that has, once again, this artificial grass in it, but this courtyard is a bit more run down, a lot more litter, and the outside of it, there's like this graveyard area, but it looks like it hasn't, and anyone's gone in there in years. Like there's foliage that has grown all over the walls. Some of the gravestones have been like kicked over. And this leads up to this massive church/temple, which on top of it has not an actual swirling black hole, but like a sculpted image of one above the door. And it's like built into the window, so you can technically see through it, although it is quite dark. And yeah, the door is chained shut with like an actual chain wrapped around it. And there's a sign on the door that says, "For those who are interested, never come back."
Well, I kind of look at the sign and roll my eyes, saying, I guess that's why they said it was fucking cookies! And I kind of just sit there like, wow, I guess I just walked for like an hour up a staircase to just talk to a fucking rat man, and then find out news I already knew. But, before I leave, I'm going to knock on the door, just to see if anything happens.
Alright, you knock on the door. As you knock on the door, Twinkle, who's on your head, starts like softly pecking the top of your head, trying to get your attention.
I put Twinkle onto my hand, and then kind of lower it to my eye level, and say, "What's up?"
Okay, you hear like a squawk, and then it shoots up and over around the side of the building, the temple, and flies somewhere.
I'll follow Twinkle.
Alright, you start walking around, heading towards where you saw Twinkle go, and as you turn the corner, there's a moment of pure joy as you see two people leaning up against the side of the temple. You see Jamal, the orc, and Brawl, the two original Diamond Knights, and they both immediately get up, and Jamal just runs over to you and hugs you real deep. Ah.
You're safe! Oh my god, you guys! Wow. I didn't think I'd see you again so soon. Are you guys doing okay? Where's everyone else?
The large group of us were gonna head back to nearby Megru just to see what's going on, but there's been so much combat that's been going on in that area. Instead, we sent them on a convoy to Elfir, but Dragoon told me what Twinkle had saw on board the ship you were on. I had to stay here to make sure you were all right in case you managed to escape.
Yes, I appreciate that. Yes, we were all mostly fine, apart from our ally Maddie Winters, and so unfortunate demise.
Oh, where are the rest of your crew? Is everyone here?
Yes,
we should gather. There's things we should speak on.
I wholeheartedly agree. We all split up. We had various different things to attend to in the depot. I don't think we really discussed before we left when we would meet back again, but we can head back down to the ship. I'm sure if we wait there long enough, we should all be able to reconvene eventually.
You can see Twinkle as well is now flying around Brawl, who has taken his diamond armor off and is instead in sort of just like basic leather armor, but he's got a mask on, that like a wooden mask that covers his face, and the bird is just circling around his head, pecking at the mask, and he's like slowly trying to shoo it away. But Jamal just laughs at this. Nice.
Is Jamal wearing a similar mask to that?
He does not wear a mask. You assume that Brawl wears the mask to cover what he's been told is an ugly face.
This work's got it for us.
But Jamal just, he's just got a smile on his face and is like, when I saw what happened, I felt like a fool that I had left. I knew I should have stuck around. Maybe if I was there, things would have gone differently. I could have stopped this.
No, you can't think that. You can't think that way. In this world, you must be proactive, not reactive. There's so much we could have, should have, could have done, but there's not much we can do about that now. What we can do now is what awaits us in the future.
Yes, and the next time I will be there by your side, ready to protect. I now know what I must do, and that is help our people. I'm by your side, Devon. And so is Brawl, although he seems to be a bit distracted right now, and he's bonking his head into the wall trying to get the bird away from him.
I give both of them the ultimate bro dap up, and then say, thank you both. Why don't we head back down? Perhaps we can get some food on the way. I have some food, or I have some credits for us to cover to get some food.
Excellent, and I look forward to seeing whatever ship you traveled here on. Should be quite exciting.
Absolutely. Well, let's mosey on, gentlemen.
All right, and we will pause there.
Fuck yeah, I'm glad Jamal's back. Jamal is like one of my favorite fucking D&D side characters.
Hell yeah. I'm glad that the Twinkle thing was set up because, when he saw that all the shit that was going on in the war, and he totally would have, stayed behind to try to find you.
I mentioned Twinkle too when we started because genuinely I would have forgot about them. This would have happened at all. So yeah, big.
The second the orcs left, I just wrote down a note that's like, if anything seriously bad happens, Jamal will try to find Devon, because that's just, that's what he wanted to do. The only reason he left was because he wanted to protect the other orcs, but once they were safe, he was like, I'm coming back. All right. Cock, what else did you want to get up to? Eventually you guys are going to have to meet back up and sort out hiring people for the Bronze Phoenix, but for now,
Your
as
boy made back.
As you guys have all decided to split up, what would you like to do, Cock?
Cock was actually... Well, first of all, do you have a general measurement of distance between the main discs?
100 feet.
Oh. Then I'm going to
Maybe
leave...
a bit more even than that.
I'm going to leave Tortoise Boy down here and tell him to go look at the three-eyed hooligan down the lane.
Okay.
Well, I am going up to the Temple of the Anomaly as the boy that I do so.
Okay. So your turtle is just gonna go try to intimidate the ugly halfling?
He probably won't try to, but in his girth, he probably would. But just see what's going on. Because we can communicate telepathically if we're within a mile of each other.
Okay. Yeah, and you can see Timbly Bibbs holding a couple of boxes of stuff and is being helped by the store manager to like drag a crate of supply or actual gear because he lost all his gear. and before you head out, he'll just sort of ask, like, am I able to put stuff on your turtle?
Yeah, he's staying on this floor, though, for the time being, so he can lug around whatever you want.
Right. Yeah, I'll just put stuff there when I'm done buying it. I still got a few more things I have to get.
Sounds good. I will be up at the temple if you need me.
Oh, is there any plans for meeting back up, or should I just head back when I feel like it?
If you want to head back when you feel like it, just tell my turtle, he'll tell me, and...
Alright, sounds good. Thanks, boss. And he heads back to what he's doing. Okay. You begin heading up. Do you want to use the elevator, or just find a way up otherwise?
I'm gonna look at and see how long the elevator is gonna take. If the line's really long, I'll try to figure out another way.
Yeah, the line, especially at this, it's basically like the middle of the day. It's gonna be quite long.
Then I will find another way and drink one of my other random potions so that I don't have to lie for another day.
Nice.
I burst into flames. Ah!
Alright, roll D100.
Yeah.
56?
Yeah.
What the fuck does that even mean? Okay. You uncork it. You're sort of around, just on the outskirts of where people are lining up for the elevator, and you chug this potion. Instantly. Oh shit! I can't. Okay, I almost accidentally have something prepared for this. Let's see if I can find it. Okay. Cock, instantly, the feeling that you usually get when you're about to have a vision hits you like a fucking truck, and you just fall down onto the ground, passed out. Usually it's like a slow build throughout the day, and then it hits you. This just like hits you immediately, and it almost feels like you get punched onto the ground.
Ooh.
But this time, as you fall into the vision, you feel no pain. Almost as if the fact that you took this potion... Let me actually read what it actually came up with, because this is very funny. Drinking this potion allowed your consciousness to be noticed by a random deity.
You also don't have to lie anymore.
Yes, that is true. So your mind sort of fades into this blackness, and you're using the power of the potion to connect you to whatever the anomaly's power is. You're not having to actually physically will your mind into it, so that's why the pain is much less. You perceive a swirling, vacuumous energy that you recognize as the anomaly's power, and it calls out to you, and you feel your soul, or some form of it, travel forward back to where you come from, the fleet. But you don't see the anomaly. You don't see ships. You don't see family. You don't see home. You feel empty. The people you love, the people you fight for, the power so great you're willing to die for it. It's nowhere in sight. You look around, stars. A full 180 gives you some perspective, though. The Hydros is behind you. You try to look directly at it, but even in your current ethereal form, its power is too great. What do you do?
I call out to the anomaly.
Okay, what do you say?
Are you here with me?
It echoes as you continue to drift. You feel abandoned. Further and further you fall away from reality until nothing seems to matter anymore. You drift for what feels like years, maybe centuries, eons. Time becomes nothing but a distant memory, and then you forget all about it altogether. It is just you and the stars. This has all happened quite fast, but what exactly are you thinking?
I am contemplating my mortality and the actions I have taken up to this point.
Yes. Whether it has been all the shit that's happened with Drigi, the strange connection you have with the Dragonborn that you don't quite understand, the ethereal turtle that has appeared from time to time, all of that including the passing of Lady Wara, just fades essentially into nothing. It becomes irrelevant at this point as you fall forever through space. As you think of all this, you feel your physical form, or whatever your body, or maybe not even your body, that you currently inhabit, it all passes through what feels like some kind of magical barrier for a moment. It's like you were inside of a bubble or a balloon, and then you just sort of squeezed your way out, though the bubble still remains. And in that exact moment, BAM! A large, furred hand with rodent-like nails 100 times the size of your own grabs you. Roll a dex saving throw.
It's the great horned rat, Andrew.
Oh, he's here! The battle is upon us. 18.
Okay. Suddenly, your sight is overwhelmed. You are grabbed, although you manage to sort of squeeze your way out of the fist and stand in the hand of a 10,000-foot tall man, dressed quite nice in a black suit, white shirt underneath, and a black bow tie. He also adorns some like Beatles glasses, but like sunglasses version of them. And his skin is a tannish color, short black curly hair, but on top of his head poking out are these two rat-like ears. And you hear a voice say, "Well, well, well, you seem lost, bud."
In many senses, I think I am.
Oh, I'm sorry if I startled you. You just seemed a bit lonely. Here, why don't we chat for a bit? And he sort of places you down, and as you sort of fall back into space, you just sort of stop for a moment as if you're standing on the stars around you.
Sounds good to me. Who are you?
I'm Brian. Who are you?
Oh, hi, Brian. I'm Cock.
Huh. I don't recognize that name, though you do remind me of one of Darkian's children, are you not?
That is neither of my parents' names, so I'm gonna go with a no.
Strange. Do you have any family nearby?
If you can tell me where I am, I might be able to answer that question.
Oh, you don't even know where you are.
Absolutely not.
Have noticed you come out here a few times now. Your soul is different this time.
So you've seen me before, or someone similar?
Same body, but different soul. As you look down now, what before felt like your actual body, you saw, a turtle form floating through space. You now realize that your body is on fire, constantly, but like a blue flame, and you don't feel any pain from it, but you are constantly burning.
I don't remember setting myself on fire. Pretty cool.
I thought I recognized you as someone else, but you appear to be different this time. Are your siblings nearby?
I'm gonna go with a no.
Huh.
I'm completely alone out here as far as I know.
Good. I mean...
What?
Nothing. I was just concerned because I heard about what your old man did and all, and it's pretty fucked up. I was just assuming that perhaps you and your siblings wanted a little bit of comeuppance against him, but I'm sure you all have that figured out. Cock, give me a intelligence saving throw.
16.
Okay. It's at this point that you begin to feel a sense of anger build within you. Something about what he just said. Your siblings, something about your father, siblings, that's it. Your siblings. And you suddenly realize that whatever you are, whoever you are, your mind with this person, the body you've taken control of, they're beginning to morph together. And you're getting little memories, more like feelings, and you can feel that your siblings are part of the reason you're here. So you're not sure why, but you just get this feeling like they never listened to me. I need to go somewhere. And then, like, it hits you, and you look down, you see the fiery hands, you're burning bright blue, you feel no pain, but there is a pain, an emotional pain. Your siblings, they hurt you, they pushed you away. You wanted revenge, you wanted to get back at your father, but they didn't want that, and now you've come here looking for something, but you're not quite sure what it is. Whoa there, sport, I can see you're thinking quite a lot. Anyway, I was saying, you probably got something worked out, so you definitely don't need my help.
Suddenly want to kill somebody.
Oh. Yeah? Who do you want to kill? His voice booms out.
I want to kill my father.
Ah. Now that's a tricky one. You know what it takes to stop a Titan from coming back? But I have a few ideas. And as you hear this ideas echo out in your head, you slowly drift back into your normal body, and your eyes open. There's a group of people stood over you. Oh God, he's awake! As a bunch of dirty-looking beggars have like been trying to get like medical staff over to you, and you just eyes open.
Hi guys. Sorry, this happens far too often.
Are you alive? What if someone pokes you with a stick?
Ah!
He's alive! Hey!
You healed me, thank you. The magical stick you got there.
They all start looking at the stick. He puts it in the air. Yeah, magic stick!
As everyone screams, I start running away.
Alright, you get up and start running away. And you assume you're still heading towards the temple?
Yeah.
Every time you take one of these potions, it's more traumatizing than the last. Okay. You start heading up towards the temple. I assume not on the elevator.
Right.
Okay. You head up. You walk past a section of... Okay, so there's like these 3 escalators that lead up. And you get on one. You can see a bunch of kids that look like they're being escorted by a large, muscular gorilla man. But he's got like tiny little glasses on and a nice little coat. And he's like, all right, children, here we go. And he starts pushing them forward as they're moving. And they're all children's, all kind of races and stuff. You make your way past what looks to be the main hyperspace port on the forge. So this is basically where ships will enter in to use the hyperspace to go elsewhere. If their ships are capable of it. Wink, wink. You head past what is like essentially a little Tokyo on the Starforge. And there's like a bunch of like gaming rooms. There's an arcade. You can see a dance club where they're playing like really techno anime music, and people are like going fucking crazy in there, raving out. Until eventually you walk past this, and now you're getting into a more normal station area where you can see a giant church temple next to a graveyard, and it all looks very run down.
This is the anomaly. I will look for any anomaly insignia.
Yeah, give me a perception or investigation roll.
I walk into some other religion's church. Oh, sorry. 6.
The window looks like it's so close to looking like a black hole, but you're just not quite sure if it is or not. You need a closer look for sure.
Alright, I'm gonna take all my arms off, put them on the ground. Well,
a woman starts retching behind you.
I want to see if there is an arm / limb placing item, such as a table or pot in the immediate vicinity. Because essentially, the arms are not allowed on
holy ground. Okay. Yeah, someone was setting up a table to do some laundry on.
Thinking that's the table, I start putting the arms on it.
Okay, you quickly put the arms on there. You can see someone about to exit their house, but they haven't noticed you yet as you start heading over towards the church. And like 15 seconds later, you just hear, "What the fuck?" And like a bunch of fucking stuff drop onto the ground.
I turn around.
You turn around, you see a Furbolg man, and his wife has run out of the house and is now looking. Oh God, what is that?
I run back over. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I start picking up the arm.
Why do you... Oh God, the fucking traitors on this place are getting weirder by the day.
Sorry, do you know where the Temple of the Anomaly is?
Oh yeah, it's right across the street.
I look over there. Oh, there's the table.
Oh, that's why. Oh, he
So
looks over towards his wife. That's why he has the arms. He's one of those people. He whispers. Oh, she just nods kindly.
I wipe a bit of arm juice off the table.
They're like, oh yeah, right over there, sir. Don't you worry.
I drop like 100 copper on the table. Frantically
Oh my goodness.
Running over to the actual temple.
As you make it to the gate connected to the walls around, you can see actually the gate's open, and walking towards you is you recognize Devon, Jamal, and then another orc who's dressed in leather armor who has a wooden helmet on.
Hey!
Ugh! It's the turtle.
I passed
We were
out
just-
again.
We were just looking for you. What?
It's not important. What are you guys doing here?
Oh, well, I've done what I've accomplished. I was looking for Devon.
Oh.
And all of you, obviously, but, you know.
We met up at the temple. I think I kind of scratched the top of Twinkle's head, and I'm kind of like, thanks to this one, who is always good at communicating, we were all able to reconvene, and we're just heading down to the ship again. I don't know if we've gotten food at that point, but we were planning on getting.
Not seeing that there are chains all over the door, I say, so did the priests or priestesses treat you well here?
So yeah, about that, it looks pretty run down. There was a pretty mean sign on the front of the door that basically said "fuck off." And yeah, I mean, it would have been nice to have found out what was going on with the ailments that ail me. I know you don't suffer from that, as you made apparent to me. And I...
Oh no, that was a lie.
Oh, now I feel even worse. I'm kidding.
It's not nice to lie, Jamal says.
Yeah, I drank one of the Timberly Bibs, but then I drank another one and had a loopy dream, so now I'm here.
Not ayahuasca hitting,
Yes, sir. I start walking up to take a look at the door as well. We're talking.
Yes.
I'm just happy that we were able to meet up with these two great gentlemen once again, because they both want to join us in our journeys, and we could definitely use them aboard our ship as invaluable parts of the team.
Can either of them cook?
I can't cook. I don't believe Brawl can, but we are quite trained in combat capabilities, so that's a positive, yes?
You could consider yourself a bit of a weapons specialist, yes, Jamal?
I suppose, depending on the weapon, I might be able to give it a try. I would say I'm more of an on-the-ground sort of combat specialist, but I can always give it a look.
Fair enough. Well, there will always be a spot for you to aboard our ship.
Yes, Brawl, why do you keep ramming your head into walls? And Brawl is just constantly slamming his head. This mask is itchy! You don't have to wear the mask, I already told you that. Yes, I do. What if people make fun of me? Not this again.
Oh!
Alright.
Nothing to be ashamed of, man.
Hey, we're orcs here. We've been used to taking dirty looks for our entire lives, and that's, it's not easy. But I think you should just let your free face fly, or however the saying goes. You have nothing to be ashamed of. Can I roll 5? Are you good with that?
Sure.
Let's try. Whoops! Oh, fuck. What the fuck?
He rolled
The
his
dice
dice
is
and
creeping.
he rolled his dice and it turned into cocaine. What
Hey.
the fuck?
19.
I know this. I've been told this before, but it's not easy still. People still laugh. It makes me feel bad.
It's never easy. And
Have you tried
one
drugs?
thing, yes. Let's come back to you in just a moment, Turtle Boy. But
Right.
could have been framed, whatever. But one thing aboard our ship is there is no laughter. There is no, especially for something that cannot be controlled. You know, we're a crew here, and the crew doesn't put each other down.
Jamal grabs Brawl by his shoulder and says, "If it makes you feel better, why don't you just wait till we get back to their ship and then you can take the helmet off and try it out a bit." Okay. Cock, you wanted to look at the door, or?
Yeah, look at the chains.
Okay, yeah. There's these black chains that have been wrapped around the handle of the door, and the sign essentially says, "To whom it may concern, never come back."
I'm gonna look around and see if there are any police or people on the street or in the immediate area.
Okay, perception roll.
I got a 9.
You don't see any officers or anything like that. You just see civilians traveling on their days, and there's a lot of housing nearby here.
Fantastic. Alright, I'm going to touch the chain and hope to God I'm going to touch it with the stick of my flail, hoping that I don't explode by touching it.
Alright, so you reach your hand out, holding the stick end of your legendary weapon, and as you slowly lower it, tap the chain. You take 100 damage. No, no, you tap, you hear a little chink sound as you
Hey, yo.
as the chains move. That's a word, all right? I'm sorry. A little metal sound.
I'm going to try to take them off. Then
All right, you want to just rip them off?
I'll try to unwrap them first, and if that doesn't work, I want to try to rip them off.
Okay, slide a hand roll.
23.
Okay. Yeah, you begin slowly unwrapping the chains. They fall to the ground. There is a lock still in between the two handles, but there's a lot of dust that comes off these chains as well. It's been a long time since anyone's come by here.
Be careful, Cock. I get an ominous vibe from this place.
Does this lock need a key, or...
Or it needs a combination and a key.
If only
Alright, I'm
your
gonna try
resident thief was here.
Yeah, if only you guys didn't
split
up so much.
I'm gonna try to just rip it off.
Alright, strength roll.
22.
Alright, yeah, you take the two handles with it as you rip the lock off the doors.
Ooh, whoops.
And they the doors almost fall forward a bit, trying to open themselves.
With some handle nunchucks. Alright, let's see what's going on. I open the doors.
Jamal says to Devon, "Should we follow him?"
I believe so. I'm a bit worried about what could be inside there.
Yeah, same. Let's get Brawl to watch the gate, and we'll follow inside.
Good idea. Good idea.
All right, so Brawl stands outside. You guys head in with the turtle. As you push the doors open, Cock, and you all three sort of step inside. The light shines very weird in here. So the light from the various lights above on the forge, they cascade in, but like through these various different angles and cracks in the walls. The windows have been boarded up and have been covered almost in like this weird... It's either red paint or blood. You're not quite sure. And inside, chairs have been ripped out. There was a stage at one point, but it's been like torn. The boards have been torn up and ripped and taken somewhere. And there's just a single... You see like a tarp over something, and there's a note that's been left on it. And yeah, it's really weird in here. You get a very spooky vibe.
I'll pick up the note.
Okay, so you walk over. It's about 30 feet. You walk out. Jamal, he's got a sword by his side in a holster, and he walks about 15 feet and then stops and then just like looks around trying to keep track of you. You walk up. You grab the note. It says... It's a note. It's from someone named... Or from someone or someone's named Merrick. And it says... Stay in the Hermit Alley. Don't come here. I told you. This is what happens.
I will take the tarp off.
You take the tarp off. There is a wooden box.
How large
underneath?
Is the box?
About 2 feet across. It's not that big.
I will open the wooden box.
You open the wooden box. Inside, you see 3 daggers, all covered in blood. And in like a little foam container, there is 6 eyes. You're not sure what race, but you can guess at least one of them was probably human, because you've probably accidentally eaten a human eye before. But yeah.
I'm gonna go see if the paint/blood on the walls is paint or blood.
Okay. Give me an investigation roll.
11.
You're pretty sure it's not blood. You think that this is probably more like a calling card than it is actual death has happened.
Okay.
Yeah, you look at it and you're like, oh, I gotta get a hot dog soon.
Hey,
The other window's mustard. Jamal is like, I do not like the look of this place.
Yeah, I'm sticking close to Jamal. It's kind of... Could I just do a perception check? Just to kind of stay weary of the area.
Yeah, absolutely.
Perception.
As you're doing this, Jamal is sort of leaning over the box to see what's inside, and he's like, Jesus Christ.
I wouldn't do too much investigating. This place is giving me the creeps. 14.
I'm gonna go see if there are records of who has last been stationed here.
Okay. As you're doing that, Devon looks around. The place is quiet. You don't hear... If you're looking for, like, people, you don't hear... It doesn't sound like anyone's in here. The thing that you hear that's strange is there's clearly an upper floor, like a attic to this place somewhere. And you just hear a tick, tick, tick. Very faint, coming from directly above you.
Is it like, per second a tick, where it might be a clock, potentially, or is it kind of an inconsistent tick?
It might be a clock. It's pretty consistent.
Okay. That kind of eases me up a little bit, but I'm still trying to stay as wary as possible.
Okay, so Cock, you're heading. Where do you want to? You want to like look through the back doors or something?
Yeah. While I'm doing that, I'm gonna tell my tortoise to go to the gambling den and try to get Reinhardt and Osiris to come up here.
Okay. Your tortoise begins his journey. You can sense he gives you this like feeling of like carrying heavy objects will try to go as quickly as possible.
Alright, then I will go.
So you head into the back rooms. There is a sort of small little library area there's books in here. It's really dusty in here. It's now it's like getting to you how long this place has been abandoned. But yeah, you see a staircase out around the corner. Other than that, it's just a bunch of books. Do you want to look at them at all?
Yeah, I'll look at the book.
All right, another investigation roll.
Every time I roll investigation, I have to see if I have a 0 or a 1. Yeah. 18.
Okay, so the books in here, I mean, a lot of books you recognize because they would have been on the fleet as well. This place is really old. A lot of these books are dating back decades. You are starting to get a picture that maybe this place hasn't been fielding people to worship probably since before the war ended. And there's a lot of books about like the history of the planets. Like there's a whole book about Ragdrea and how the demon overlords get a bad rap, considering they're demons and devils, but in reality they just are strict because they literally run a planet that has most of the world's criminals on it. There's a book about the overwhelming rebellion on Isfarel and how the angels of Isfarel became corrupt and joined up with the corrupt legion, and how the Asimar on the planet were trying to fight back to free the planet, but they are still interlocked. Even with the war done, there's still a lot of combat happening on Isfarel that people just in the galaxy don't talk about. Anything else you want to look for, or do you want to go upstairs?
I will go upstairs.
Alright, you place some of the books back down. You walk towards the stairs. Jamal now heads into the back room with you, again, hand on his sword. He's like, "Cock, I don't like this."
I walk upstairs.
I love Cock. Alright, you... Oh my god. Alright, you start walking up the stairs. And,
hey, yo!
Clip that shit, bro. You start walking up the stairs. It's like this basic, really fragile wooden staircase. You go very slowly up the steps so it doesn't snap under your weight. No offense. As you make it to the top, the attic is like, there's no light up here. It's completely pitch black. You think you can see like furniture up here. You think you can see like maybe equipment of some kind, but it's covered.
I plop one of my candles on my shell and light it.
Alright. You light a candle. Slowly approach. Now, people down below can hear of him walking along the attic. As you walk inside, there are two things that stand out to you the most. I mentioned equipment. There is a set of during the time of the war, the Anno fleet, I should say, tried to stay as far away from the combat as possible. However, there was a small legion that they put together that just in case the war did make it to the Anno fleet, they would be able to protect themselves. And this is the kind of armor that you see lined up. It's sort of like on the floor, piled up with a cloak over it. But that squadron never got used, and all those people are retired and are long gone by now. Or maybe not dead, but they're retired from combat. the other thing you notice is it looks like a cupboard, but the top of it is so there's two drawers on the bottom, and then the top of it is like turned into a table, and there are just like lines and lines of various concoctions of a certain kind, not like potions, but like people have been making drinks up here. You're not sure what they are. And then there's a window at the back that's been covered by this red paint, and lying underneath the window is a bed.
Do I see a creature in this bed?
Give me a perception check.
They're right behind you. Ah! 14.
You look out, you try to get the light from your candle. You just can't quite see if there's anything in the bed.
I will walk closer to the bed.
Alright. As you creak through the upper attic. As you make it to the edge of the room, the bed is empty. However, the sheets have been pulled back and do not look as old as everything else here.
Alright, I will smell the concoctions first.
Okay. You smell the concoctions. Give me an Arcana roll. And if there's anything you want to do, Devon, let me know.
Stay alert in case combat. There's hope roll few.
I got an 18.
Okay. These concoctions, while not potions, are like the concentrate of a poison that's being made. You assume that this could be put on, a blade or something of that nature to create a far more deadly weapon.
When I saw the knives, they didn't look like they were covered in this jizz, did I?
No, they look like they had been used to pry eyes out of heads.
Ah, yes, very good.
Yeah.
Alright, I will stand in the center of the room and say, if you are the one who is responsible for the eyes, if I come back and you're still here, I will kill you, and then I leave.
Alright, you start walking down towards the stairs. Devon, as this is happening, you can sort of hear muffled talking above you as Cock is saying these things. Brawl opens the door to the church and says, there's a couple of weirdos that are starting to line up out here. I think we should move.
Okay.
Jamal starts heading back into the main room. What do you mean, weirdos? I don't know, they just look like they're hooded guys that are starting to look at me. They're looking at me funny. I feel bad. I don't think I'm supposed to be here. No, I don't think we are. This was a mistake. Jamal starts heading towards the door. Cock, you're heading down the stairs, back into the back room. You can hear Brawl and Jamal talking like this.
I'm gonna go pick up the eye box.
Alright, you head over, you grab the eye box. Devon, what are you doing?
I guess just kind of heading towards the door.
Okay. You guys head towards the door. You can see now, as you open the door, you can see Jamal stood outside, arm crossed, stood in front of the church. And now you can see, there's 4 or 5 of these hooded guys. They've got the first thing you notice is they have red paint over their eyes and over their mouths. And they're just standing there like, yeah, you're not supposed to be here. Turns out people don't listen when they see signs on doors. It's time to show you a lesson. And they're talking shit and stuff. And Jamal's like, we were just looking around. We have a Anno Fleet person with us, and he just wanted to see what all the hubbub was about. You didn't read the sign on the door, did you? No, we did. We were just looking around. That's enough. You know who runs these streets.
No. We don't want any trouble. We don't want any kerfluffles with anyone. So.
Can Cock see them at this point?
Yeah, you can stick your head out and see these people.
How many of them are there?
5.
I kind of whisper to Cock, like, "You found it. Have you seen everything you see?"
I hold out the eyeball box and tell him to hold it.
I begrudgingly hold the box and take that that answer as a yes. So I say, "No worries, no worries. We'll be moving on. We'll be moving on. We want no quarrel with you."
These guys look real pissed, and they're like, Kenny doesn't usually send a message twice, so you better get the fuck out of here right now.
As I'm walking toward them, I'm asking my tortoise how he's doing.
He says, this place is very big.
Do your best, I say, as I continue to walk toward them.
You can see these guys are all armed with guns and stuff. Only one of them is currently holding one. He's got like some sort of assault rifle. And the main guy that's talking to you has this it's like brown leather armor with a big leather hood that's like trying to drape over his face, but you can still see this face paint. He's like sort of dirty, and he's just like, this is the last time, alright? You come here again, there'll be trouble. And Jamal looks back at Devon, looks at Cock. What are we doing? Are we leaving? I think we should leave.
Yep, I agree. We don't need to be picking fights on this place before we can safely leave. So I think it's the best. We pick our battles, and this is not a battle we want to pick.
What are you just holding the box in your hand, Devon?
I'm just going to. Can I put it away in my inventory?
Just boom.
Well, you guys probably all have like backpacks on you if you want to put it.
Yeah, I'll just toss it in the backpack.
You stuff it in your backpack before you head off. As you guys are passing by, you hear the grunt one more time say, "And have this be a lesson to any of you Anofleet freaks. We don't take kindly to you people here, so get the fuck out."
You got it. You got it. I'm walking.
Brawl tries to like intimidate one of the guys by like flexing a little bit, and he just pushes the orc. The orc barely moves, but he gets the idea and keeps going. Okay, you guys are heading off. Cock, you're not gonna do anything?
I haven't walked past them yet, but yeah, I'm not gonna stop them.
All right. Are you? Basically, my question is: are you leaving or?
No, I'm
Are you
about
heading-
to choke one of them out.
Okay, that's what I assumed.
No.
Devon doesn't seem to want that to happen.
Can I sleight of hand to cast Bless on myself to try to have nobody notice that I'm doing that?
Sure, you can roll sleight of hand.
Or something. I don't know if that would be. 21.
I'm denting. These dice are so heavy. I'm denting the fucking thing I'm rolling.
I can hear that from down here.
Um.
Just hear sounds like you're smacking a wall or something.
Yeah. Okay. So you sort of like turn your back to them for a moment and begin saying the words for the spell to bless yourself. And as that happens, Devon and Jamal both see one of the grunts begin to pull his gun out of his holster, and he's about to shoot Cock. And we're gonna pause there. Okay. Back to Erebus and Reinhardt. That was a lot. What do you guys want to do? What would you be doing after the casino?
I actually no longer want to go look for cybernetic augmentation, but I did find a gun that's already created on D&D Beyond that I would like to get my hands on, if that would be at all possible, Dylan.
Sure, send me the link and I can tell you where you'd have to go to buy it.
That's what it's called, but it's either that or the +1 or the +0 version. I've been feeling a little bit underpowered with my laser pistol, but I think this might help me.
Pew pew.
I'm just waiting for you guys to tell me what you want to do.
I want to go try to buy that weapon.
All right, you guys head to the.
I was thinking Bull Grug's weapon restoring. Do they sell weapons?
Give me a.
Or we could go talk.
Roll.
Or we could go talk to the gnome that sells magic items. Like charisma or persuasion?
Just charisma.
8.
Okay, you're talking. You're asking around in the general area of the market, and you don't like. People are hesitant to answer. Where can I buy a rifle?
I ask in thieves code.
Okay.
That would be a 19.
Okay, so there's a sketchy-looking goblin that mentions to you that,
Oh, most weapons like that would be found somewhere in the black market.
Head towards the black market, wherever that is.
you don't know where that is.
And where would the black market be located?
Oh, well, I hear rumors that it's somewhere on the third disc, but I do not know.
I head towards the third. You're just trying to get us to join the fight. But yes, I'll head towards the third disc.
Well, the third disc is where all the gang stuff is, so if there was a
true.
black market, it would be there. As you guys are walking away from the marketplace, you run into Timbly Bibbs, who's carrying a load of crates. Where the hell did that turtle go? He
Which
says.
turtle?
The cock's turtle.
Probably wherever Cock is.
God damn it, he has all my stuff. He runs back towards the store.
All right then.
All right.
Do I, as I walk through the market, do I see the magic shop?
Yeah, you'd see Roderick Jick's magic items.
I would like to just check to see if he has that weapon, because it is technically magic because it's +1 or +2.
Okay, you walk to the magic items shop. Door opens.
Roderick?
Oh, my! Look who it is! The man who never wants to buy anything, only ever wants to talk his mouth.
Hey, I bought something for you for a kiss last time.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Sorry, I was talking about the other one.
Do you perchance sell antimatter rifles?
Antimatter? I might.
Well, I'm looking to buy if you have.
Well, it's a bit too, how do I say this? Human!
I don't know what you mean by that.
I mean, not the type of thing that typically has a lot of magic in it, you know?
So you do not carry them?
No, I have other kinds of weapons.
What type? Do you have like a list of weapons I could look at? See if there's something that catches my eye.
Well, pretty much any magic item you can think of. I have a scimitar of life stealing, if you're interested. I also
More
have
of a
the
range
gloves
weapon.
of thievery. Ooh.
And how much would thievery gloves be?
5,000 credits.
Are we sure we can't make a deal?
Well, perhaps. Although these gloves are quite nice. They smell great, too.
They smell great.
Yes, smell of roses.
Oh,
Believe the elf that had these before touched a lot of roses.
for another kiss, would you knock off 2,000 gold?
Oh, you're not worth 2,000 gold.
Am I not? Not with this full mane that I didn't have last time, you?
Oh, it is quite nice, but I can't do that. It will hurt the business too much. I have, you know, a boss as well.
Do you? Who's your boss?
Oh, my boss? Well, that's a secret. For 2,000 extra gold, I'll tell you.
Oh, thank you. I'm good. Well, thank you for offering. I'll have to...
I'll buy that belt.
What about this figurine?
Ooh, yes, that's quite nice. Oh, it's similar magic to that of the boom ship.
Indeed. Made by the same person who now just sits in a cage in our cargo hold.
Yes, I did hear about that. That's so strange. I suppose maybe the cargo hold doesn't crush what's ever in it. Oh,
Yes.
Well, I'll give you 5,000 gold for that.
Here's a question, boys. Do I trade a figurine that for 4 hours turns into a griffin, but then takes like it can be
It
used up to
recharges
6
on the
hours?
day, right?
No, every 5 days.
Oh, that's shit.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like we'll say that it's 1 day because 5 days is fucking terrible.
So should I keep a bronze griffin that our ship was partially named after? That turns into a griffin for 6 hours, or gloves of thievery that give me a +5 on sleight of hand checks and for lockpicking.
Yeah, that is a difficult choice.
Making my sleight of hand +15. That nat 20 I rolled to get that 666 would have been a 35.
Buy it and go back gambling.
More money. Ah.
That's the thing. I want to get the gloves, but I also want to know like how much even like the most basic anti-metal rifle would cost. I want a weapon that does more damage. But I'm also thinking about trading my pistol in for it, which is a pretty unique item.
Yep, it's true.
Well, would you knock off 500 gold for a kiss on the thieves?
Wait, how much did you say?
500.
500. The first kiss is always the best one. I'm sorry, my friend. I cannot do it.
All right.
I was scolded last time I kissed you for... I actually ended up giving you... Thinking about it now, I ended up giving you far better than I should have, but it is what it is. I got the kiss.
I don't have anything else that's like slightly magical. I have an orange scale. I have a letter from a witch. Does that count as magical?
Ooh. No. It sounds like it, but sadly it's not. What about you, human man? Is there anything you wish to buy or sell?
I will take those gloves. Hand over 5,000.
You want to make 5,000 gold, not the figurine?
I think I would actually. Could I just like try to negotiate with him? Maybe I don't know. 200 gold off the price. I know it's not a lot, but every penny counts.
You want to pay for it or trade and then get 200 gold?
Oh, I was just gonna straight up purchase. That's the thing. I don't know if the figurine is worth keeping.
Yeah, I mean, you haven't even used it yet. Who knows?
I don't know what a griffin's stats are like. I have to issue a command, but I think a command's an action. Right? That's how commands work?
Yeah, pretty much.
How about I trade you the figurine for the thieving gloves?
I will do that trade. Fair and square.
I hand it over.
He grabs it.
Oh, hello, little fella.
He swallows it.
What the fuck?
Oh, hell no.
No, I'm not. Been weird, my dude.
Is there anything you want to buy, Jacob? You guys are shopping for the next leg of your adventure, so if there's things you want, ask for them now.
The only other thing I like to look for is that rifle.
All right, you want to go looking for the black market? All right, that is what you will do, and I guess that is where we'll end today.
Good session back. Hell yeah.
Yeah, shit. This was like the first session all over again because we did like 10% of the stuff that I.
We're gonna be on this station for another 18 weeks, boys.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Well, the thing is, the first thing I expected you guys, I don't know why, I just had in my mind like, oh, they mentioned they wanted to hire people, so that I had like a whole thing set up for you guys to like, set up a stand and be like, come in, interview for the fucking jobs, and you guys just were like, oh, let's go to the casino.
Hey, I made bank.
It's true, you did. And then the other thing I constantly question in this campaign is how much I should force feed in terms of like the background and plot and stuff, because like by the time you guys are at level 6, you guys have probably discovered like 20% of like the actual lore of what's happening compared to what I thought you would. So sometimes I don't know what I should like just like give to you and what I should just let you guys try to discover. I don't know. That's a tough balance sometimes. I try to do it through Cox visions, but also I think I just make it so vague that Andrew has no idea what the fuck is going on.
I think it was definitely necessary for this session, especially at the start, since we had the 3-week break. So
Yeah.
it really helped us get back up to speed and stuff like that. So that was really good right there.
Yeah, I'll just try to figure out a balance with it, especially with the, Cheros and all that stuff. He's not here right now, but there's probably more that you guys can learn from him and stuff like that. So I don't know. We'll figure it out. There's also just the case where you guys might not be interested in that stuff at all, and you just want to travel the galaxy and fight demons and stuff. That's totally
Well, we
cool.
do have
That's what you wanna
8
do.
months to make a deal good with a demon, so...
Yep, that's very true.
It also appears my family's in danger.
Yep, you guys have personal quests you can get to at some point.
Bum, bum, bum.
My family.
But yeah, good session, y'all.
Damn right.
The fuck, man.